Hello, Legend of the Samurai here with the Clavis Q18. This is another high pin count dimple lock from Japan. This one has 4 rows of pins in a round keyway, and this one is always fully pinned. I'll show you more as to why that is the case a bit later. The key is round in cross-section with 2 little projections, and then the left and right rows share a bitting surface here, and then the diagonal rows are on either side of it. And this is a very difficult lock to pick, so I'm just going to get right to it, and bear with me, this may take some time and or some restarts. Using a shutter tensioner and normal tiny flag. Okay, tiny bit of core rotation there. I think I can move to the other side. Oh, there we go. So there is a false set. Make sure all of our standards are actually where I would like them to be, because now I have to deal with the spools. Alright, here's hoping. One, two, three, 4, 5, and please don't drop anything. So, normally I would say open and take the lock apart and show you what's going on, but the astute viewer may have noticed that there are in fact more marks that I have placed on this lock, because there are effectively 9 pins on the left side, 9 pins on the right side. The positions are identical, which means if you don't have a key in this lock and you rotate it, it locks again. So now the left half pins are on the right half drivers. Start again. Alright, false set. Now I need to go find the spools. One, 2, and I think we all know where this is going. Relocked. Now it's the right half pins on the left half drivers. all set there. Those spools actually feel set. As does that one. Maybe I got lucky. Not quite. Haha. There we go. Open, full circle. So now I get to take it apart and show you what's inside. Okay, so like other locks, this has 2 pins that need to be drilled out before you can pop the core out. And then it has 4 Bible covers that are crimped in place. I had to fabricate replacements to make them slide easily, so I'll take them out one at a time. Sometimes the drivers come with the springs, sometimes they don't. And then there's a little anti-drill insert at the front. So all of the key pins look roughly like this. Don't look like anything special, except they are incredibly annoying. They love to underset, and they also love to overset. And then here is one of the standard drivers, which actually causes many more problems than the spools do. All right, second row. Second row has 5. Show one of those spools. They allow a fairly deep false set. So, very telling with their feedback. Third row. Another little insert. Fourth row. Two at a time, but the amount of time I have spent with this lock, I know exactly which pin goes in which chamber. Okay, so there's all of our pins out. I'll take the plug out in a minute. So we have 6 spools. The rest are all standard. We have 2 rows of 4, 2 rows of 5. So the back of here, you can actually see it has a sprung detent. Looks sort of like a sidebar groove, but it's only at the back. And then there's, if I can not lose them, come on. This one doesn't always want to come out. 2 little ball bearings inside the plug in front of the 4-pin rows directly under the other inserts. And then make sure it does not fly away. Here is the centering detent. So instead of using a ball bearing and a spring, this is a pin on a spring that's also blocking the back of the keyway. And then that sits in that little groove back there, just to center the plug. Not a whole lot else special going on here. There is no overmilling, just normal dimple lock T-pin profiles, blind holes for the ball bearings. There appears to be an extra little pin inserted there. And then QA drilled and broached out. There's our housing. So the reason that this needs to be fully pinned is because if I have 4 and 5 lined up, I can rotate this So there's the next row of 5, and suddenly everything lines up again, which is why it'll relock, and I'm pretty sure it was designed to do this as an anti-picking measure. But that also means that you can't leave individual chambers unpopulated, because then the opposite driver will just fall into that position and brick the lock. Take note, if you're trying to progressive pin these, that you need to work either not rotating this very far, or you need to make sure you have matched pins on each side, otherwise you'll be taking it apart fairly often. But yeah, a very fun lock. One that rarely, for a lock, remains almost as difficult the 10th time you pick it as the first time you pick it. It does not get a lot easier. It really makes you work for the open, and then for 2 more of them to actually go full circle. So, very fun lock. Show our pins again. Yeah. The Clavis Q18. I believe this is an older model. I don't know if they make it anymore, but I do think that they have a more recent version that adds a 5th row of pins, so I'll see if I can get my hands on that one soon. Alright, thanks for watching, and have a nice day.